Hi there, first graders. We're trying something new today, and I am trying to record this so that I can show you our math lesson. So right now you should be seeing me in your corner, and then you're going to be seeing our regular old whiteboard screen as if we were at school. Today I want to take some time to talk with you about the equal sign and exploring when number sentences are true or false. And so we're going to visit over here. If you see our alligator, right, we remember that when it is less than the back of the alligator, where the back of the alligator would be, is pointing away from that number. And we always remember that the teeth of the alligator, the mouth, is always going to be eating the larger number. So we can either say that a number is greater than something, or we can describe it as being less than something. And then we have the equal sign. And we're going to be talking about that today when you would just say, 4 is equal to 2 plus 2. So we're going to look at some of that. We're going to warm up first, like normal, with some mental math. And I want you at home to be giving me a thumbs up if the number sentence I show you is true, and a thumbs down if you think the number sentence I'm showing you is false. So up is true, down is false, and I'll be giving you a little bit of time to think and respond before we move on to the next one. So here's our first one. It says 2 is equal to 6 minus 3. 2 is equal to 6 minus 3, or is 2 the same as having 6 and losing 3? Think for a minute. You're going to give me a thumbs up if you think that's a true number sentence, or a thumbs down if you think it is not. Now, I'm hoping most of you are here giving me a thumbs down. That is not true, because if I start with 6 and I take 3 away, watch me, 1, 2, 3, I am left with 3 fingers still in the air, and 3 is not the same as having 2 left. So I know that 6 minus 3 is not the same as 2. Here's our next one. 19 minus 8 is equal to 10. Or say it this way to yourself. If I have 19 and I take 8 away, is that the same as having 10? When you're ready, give me a thumbs up if you think that is true. Give me a thumbs down if you think that is false. Now I'm going to share with you my strategy. So I know that 19 is really 10 and 9 together. So I'm going to ignore the 10 for a minute, and I'm going to just ask myself, how much is 9 minus 8? Well, 9 minus 8 is 1. So that tells me that my answer would have a 1 in the ones place, and the answer of 10 has a 0 in the ones place. So I know that couldn't be true. Some of you might have also solved this to realize this is not true by saying, well, 19 is almost 20. It's just 1 away. So if it was 20, take away 8, I know it would be 12. So 19 minus 8 would be 1 more. That would be 11. Now, if you still weren't sure what the best strategy was for doing this, and you don't maybe have a number grid in front of you, I would put 19 in your brain, and you would count back 8 using your fingers. So you'd go like this: 19, then you're going to go 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. And I'm stopping when I've put up 8 fingers because I'm taking 8 away. And I'm going to remember the last number I said, which was 11. So 19 minus 8 is 11, not 10. Here's another one. Ask yourself, is this true? Is this false? It says 8 minus 4 equals 4. Or 8 take away 4 equals 4. Is that the same thing? I'm hoping that most of you are seeing that, yes, this is true. This is a doubles fact, right? 4 plus 4 is 8. So 8 minus 4, here I am. Here's 8 minus 4 gives me 4. So that is a true number sentence. Let's just do one more today. Oh, it's a tricky one too. This one says, is 13 plus 2 the same as 15 plus 5? Or is 13 plus 2 equal to 10 plus 5? So your strategy here is you're going to want to solve this, figure out how much is 13 plus 2, and then hold that in your brain. And then you're going to want to solve this and say, are those two things equal? If I have them both on the scale, will they be the same? I'll give you a minute to try to make your choice, and then we'll talk about it together. You're going to say, is it true or is it false? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down once you've decided. I'm thinking that a lot of you are like this, but let's look through it together. Kudos if you are. This is a true number sentence. So I'm going to start with 13 plus 2. Well, I can put 13 in my brain super quick, count up 2 more, 14, 15. Easy peasy. Let me write that there so I don't forget. So 13 plus 2 is 15. Now my next one is 10 plus 5. That's also a fact that I know straight away because I know I'm almost like picturing having a long and then having 5 cubes. So I know that that 5 will be in my ones place. Let me draw that for you really quickly. It says if I had, here's my long and my 5 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know that if that's the case, that means I have 110 and I have 5 cubes. So 15 is the same as 15. So in this case, this is a true number sentence. All right, let's move into our work for today. Here's our math message. It says, if a new child, a big one, this might be you, visits our class, well, it says he, but we'll pretend she, has never seen an equal sign before. If you were to draw an equal sign and try to use pictures or words to explain what it means, what would you say? So take a minute right now and pretend, right? Pretend that you're going to have this conversation with someone. How could you describe what an equal sign means? And let me draw it for you here in case you're forgetting. Here's an equal sign. We just saw it in our warm-up. It's that one. So we've seen this other one where they can look like this for greater than or less than, but that is the equal sign. This is the one we're concerned about today. How would you tell someone what that means? It's kind of, you've probably heard me say it a lot. Let's look at it together. Here's how I would describe it to you. The equal sign means, I put it in those bullet points over here. So this is called a bullet point. This is a bullet point right here and right here. So the first bullet point says the equal sign means the same as, or sometimes we also say the word is in place of the equal sign. Like if I said, here's an example, I chose this from one of my favorite books. It's called Count and Quack. It's about ducks. And it's a great like early counting book. Some of you might have read it maybe last year in kindergarten or when you were a bit younger. But it's all about having like this one group of ducks on one side of the page and one on the other. So this one says, slipping, sliding, having fun, 7 ducklings, 6 plus 1. So it's saying 7 ducklings is 6 plus 1. So I just used the word is. I could also explain it to you like this. Slipping, sliding, having fun, 7 ducklings, 6 plus 1. Oh, 7 ducklings is the same as if I have 6 plus 1 more. And I want to show you how we can write this because a lot of times we're used to seeing math facts that look like this, where the two numbers we're adding, then the equal sign, and then our answer. But when I was reading this page, it says 7 ducklings, and the 7 comes first. And sometimes in number sentences, we see that the answer or the total is actually written first, then the equal sign, and then the 2 or sometimes 3 or 4 numbers that got you that answer. So this is also a completely right way to write this, even though our brain doesn't always want to see it that way. This one over here on the left says 7 is the same as 6 plus 1. Having 7 ducks is the same as having 6 plus 1 more. The number sentence here on the right says 6 ducks plus 1 more duck is 7 ducks. So as you're doing your math today and always going forward, when you see an equal sign, I actually don't want you to say the word equals. I want you to say to yourself, is the same as, or is. Okay, let me show you the work I want you to do today. It's going to be in your math packet that I sent home with you, and it's page 6, I think. Yeah, page 6. So today I want you to play around like we did with our morning warm-up just there about true and false. So on page 6, you're going to see it's called Buggy for Facts, and there's a true column and there's a false column. And your first job is going to be to cut apart, like cut around this dotted line here, up at the top, and then your individual, you guys know the drill, first cut all the way around, right? Do that part first, all the way around, and then you're gonna go back and you'll cut down the middle. And then lastly, you'll cut across your strips. So you'll end up with, 10 individual strips. And on each of them, there is a number sentence. So let me erase this for a minute so you guys can just see it a little bit more easily so we can look at one together. Okay, so let's look at this first one together. And by first one, I mean this one here. It says 2 plus 7 is the same as 6 plus 3. So it's sort of asking you that question. It's like, is 2 plus 7 the same as having 6 plus 3? Now for this work, I want you to either have your number grid or have some counters. These numbers aren't too big. So I think if you have like 15 of something, 15 counters, 15 toothpicks, Legos, we've talked about this before, that will be a great tip for you. Because if it's me and it's 2 plus 7, and I'm asking myself, is 2 plus 7 the same as 6 plus 3? Well, I might just sort of add those two together, and I know that 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this is 9, and you could even write it on here if you want to, right? Kind of small, like this is 9, and then you'd be like 6 plus 3. Well, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's 9 too. Okay, so both of these are equal to 9. That means once these are all cut apart, I'm going to move this piece right up here into my true column. So this one is going to go right up here. It would be the first one I glue down. So you'll need a glue stick, and I'll glue it right down into my true column. You're going to do that for each of these number sentences. You're going to compare. You're going to say, is 2 plus 5 the same as 8 plus 0? Okay. This one would sound like this. Is 9 plus 1 the same as 7 plus 2? Okay, so every time you see that equal sign, you're asking yourself, really, is it the same? And the reason for that is if you're using counters to solve this, I want you to be like, if I have my pile that is 9 plus 1, is that pile the same as when I make a pile of 7 plus 2? You will literally want to compare and see if those two things look the same. Okay? When you're done, you'll glue them into the right columns. And then if you want to take a picture of it, you can post it to me on Seesaw, and I would love to see it. All right, mathematicians, that is it for today. I hope you're having a great day so far, and I will see you soon.